this.
So here we go. It's the rematch from their 4th matchup. LaPoKaTi and Airsurfer now in a different set, but still 1v1 for everything on the line.
So no early moments. Oh, and Lapo going Mortar to open up the set.
I love it, Rich. I love it.
We've talked a lot in the past about LaPoKaTi's penchant for going Mortar in game number 2. Well, he wants to play what he's good at. Why not do it in game 1? Throw a bit of a swerve on what he's done historically. Can't wait to see one of the greats go at it.
So here we go. Royal Hogs against Mortar. We'll see if this is the Mortar Rocket deck. Or if it's also Mortar... Oh, okay, here we go. Miner in.
Miner goes to the back. Hunter gets kited a little bit to the middle there, so we'll go to work on the flying machine rather than tower damage, but the advantage taken now by LaPoKaTi by about 100 HP in the right-hand lane.
Yeah, really great interactions so far for both of these guys. LaPoKaTi not going to have a big spell to deal with those hogs, most likely, so going to have to find a little bit more creative ways. And with how quick this deck cycles, one of the things we can imagine to see out of LaPoKaTi is playing that Mortar defensively as we're lower, but then getting a second Mortar down or getting the Mortar back down as soon as this one goes down to put offensive pressure up once we have that Elixir flowing more quickly.
And a nice low Mortar play you see there from LaPoKaTi as well. A lot of people will play that one tile higher, maybe out of nervousness, but that placement absolutely perfect from the Mortar Great. So pressure in both lanes now. A bit of an Elixir advantage here for Airsurfer.
Yeah, and he goes the nice place Knight there. Knight is going to walk towards the weaker tower, although it shouldn't really get any damage in.
Airsurfer up by 2, chooses to cycle bats in the back, and split hogs up high.
So there we go, split hogs. There's the flying machine to look for. So that's something that LaPoKaTi is going to have to be cognizant of in the future. So we'll see. I mean, it doesn't feel like he'll go Mortar bats immediately because he's probably gives more respect to Airsurfer, and he doesn't think Airsurfer is going to go the exact same interaction. So excited to see what happens next with the Royal Hogs push.
Well, he has 2 options. Of course, this cycle doesn't help it, but does have 2 options of going with either the Musketeer high or the Flying Machine high. Of course, Flying Machine a little more push into the center, as you can see right there, and a good little chunk of damage here from Airsurfer as we move closer to sudden death.
Oh, and look at that on the left-hand side. Flying Machine gets shots in and takes for that Musketeer, both sides taking a ton of damage.
Final 15 seconds of regulation, and with that, Airsurfer in the lead, 1196 and 1238. So both towers ahead of that right-hand tower that LaPoKaTi has chipped down to 1413.
And Misfits really needs this win here. They really, truly do. If you talk about confidence, you talk about momentum, to go to anytime you lose a game is you're out of the entire tournament is really, really rough. Airsurfer needs to pick up this W.
Cycling Dark Prince on that right-hand side. Expect to see probably that Dark Prince in this lane pretty consistently, maybe hoping to catch a Miner in the midst, but you see Miner cycled in the back here defensively from Lapo instead.
Yeah, one of those bats gets cleaned off the board by the Flying Machine, then they turn around and get a little bit of damage on there. Flying Machine going to take the Mortar off the board, so a high Hunter has to come in.
And again, you see that Dark Prince continues to go to that right-hand lane. Little kite action there from the Heal Spirit, keeping the Hunter from getting chip damage on the right-hand side. Airsurfer. Both these guys right now playing very conservatively at this stage in the game.
Well, what's so excellent, and there's that offensive Mortar I was talking about, what's so excellent about the way that Airsurfer is playing that Dark Knight, or Dark Prince, is because he knows that there are very few adequate responses to that Dark Prince other than using a Miner defensively or the Knight. So keeping one of those out of cycle at all times is making it really hard for Lapo to get damage on that tower.
Mortar down again, Heal Spirit to try to help out that Dark Prince on the right-hand side. Piggy's trying to make room. Miner is uncontested in the back on the right-hand side, so just like that, Lapo takes the lead with 40 seconds left.
Yeah, Hunter played really, really high on that. It felt like it might have been a slight misplay, but Lapo was able to recover, and then nothing, as you said, nothing focused on that Miner to give him a slight lead.
Royal Hogs in on the left-hand side. Mortar picks it up. 24 seconds left. Flying Machine behind, trying to make any sort of room, get some damage on tower here. Heal Spirit comes in. That could be a big one, Andrew.
Yeah, a little bit of danger there. The Knight was getting focused on by that Musketeer. LaPoKaTi somehow survives. Now going to go maybe Miner plus Poison, but Airsurfer sells out on the right-hand side. LaPoKaTi cannot.
685 to 761. Will these get there? Mortar does not connect, does not matter. LaPoKaTi wins game number 1 by a hair, 76 HP to take the win.